Jungkook enters the cabin with his cold familiar aura and you greet him. And he nodded in response as sat on his chair. You put the tab on his table showing him the schedule. So here's your schedule for today. And you have meeting with Hanwha group in 2 hours. And then you have project discussion with employees. You were explaining him his schedule and he was looking at you. Fine, I will handle this. Go and take one black coffee for me. I need some energy. My day is already packed today. Okay, sir. You nodded and went from there. It's been 6 months since you joined John Corporation and worked there as Jungkook's secretary. And when you first saw him, you just got amazed by his aura and looks and feel attracted towards him. You entered in the room with 2 cups of coffee and Jungkook was looking for files in the shelf and he looked at you. In that moment your foot got stuck in the carpet and you fall and the burning hot fell on your hand. Ryan, are you okay? He quickly moved towards you and hold your hand and make you sit on the sofa. You winced in pain as the coffee was very hot and your hand got burned. Where was your mind? Look how clumsy you are, he said while holding your burnt hand. I'm okay, sir. It's just little burn. I will apply ointment, you said while taking your hand back and standing up from the sofa. Are you mad? It is just little burn. Sit here, Wine. Let me treat your hand. He made you sit and took out the medicine box from the drawer. Please give me ointment. I will apply by myself. You winced a little as he applies ointment on your hand. You felt burning sensation on your head. Shh, just sit quiet. I'm treating it. He applies it slowly and you watch him carefully how caring he is towards you. He dressed your wound and you thanked him. And you were about to do your work but he stopped you. What are you doing? Stop it and take rest. How will you manage your work with this burnt hand, huh? Go sit there quietly, take rest, or you could take a leave if you want, he said in little cold tone but enough to understand that he cared about you. But sir, your schedule is already packed and you have lot of work. How could I take leave or ignore my work? And ma'am, will you be able to do your work with this situation? He said pointing towards your head. You were sitting quietly while having your food and someone tapped your shoulder and you looked back. Hi John, what's going with the project that's going on? You asked him while taking a sip of your coffee. Nothing, it's just getting rejected again and again. I have prepared it new ideas but all are in vain. He huffed while taking a seat. Why? I have suggested you the most important addition in that project. It can't be rejected. I think manager has some personal biasness with me. He totally disliked me for some reason. Wait. What's with your hand? How it got injured? Leave it. It's nothing, just a result of my clumsiness. I was taking coffee and my foot got tripped and the whole hot coffee fell on my hand. Oh, it must be really burning that time. Wait, fine, something is on your lips. He pointed towards your left side of lips. You tried to brush it off and it didn't get away. So June leans in and removed some crumbs of bread. And you didn't know someone was watching you from distance. Thanks, June. By the way, you were saying some reasons that manager has. Tell me, what are they? And when someone came forward and said, Hi Ryan, hi June, can I sit here? She asked while taking seat. Why are you asking? Just sit. You are our friend. Look guys, I have heard something about you both. Is that true? What are you talking about? Tell me, which we didn't know about. He chuckled a bit. There are rumors in all around in office that you both are dating. You choked on your coffee and someone moving towards your direction. Listen, who told you? Before you could complete, someone interrupts. Ryan, come. Did you forget I have a meeting and I have to go? He said, and little anger was visible in voice. But sir, you have told me before you could say. He handed you a tab and project file and said, Come, I am waiting for you, and he said and stormed out. You looked at his disappearing figure in confusion as he was the one who told you to take rest, and now he handed you work and you stand up and trying to pick up the files but can't as your hand is covered with bandage and it was hurting. Why let me help you? He took the files from the table and followed you. You sit in the car taking all the files from and thank June and Jungkook watching all this and he sighs. Thanks June, I will see you later. You smiled and while thanking him and Jungkook watched you both crestfallen expression. No need, I'm always here to help you. A mocking chuckle left from Jungkook's mouth. Can we leave if you have done with your chit chat? He said to you in sarcasm. Sorry, sir, that you have to wait. But from next time, I will keep in mind that it will not happen again. You said with a straight tone as you feel a little annoyed. Jungkook heading forward and you followed him, but you fell left behind as you were trying to hold the files with your own hand. And it was difficult for you, and Jungkook stopped and looked at you. He was about to say something, but he saw you struggling with files. However, trying to hide your pain. Give me the files, I will handle, he said, coming towards your direction, about to take the stack of files. No need, sir, I can manage. I'm a secretary. You don't have to worry. You moved your hand to other direction. Give me, if you continue like this, we will be in meeting tomorrow. He again tried to take from you. So it's my duty and I'll make sure my injuries doesn't affect my work. Why suddenly starting behaving like a obedient employee, huh? Nothing. I realized I should be more focused on my workplace. You said and moved forwards, and he looked at you from behind. Came forward, took files from your hand, and looked at him surprised. Good work, fine. I liked the presentation and project highlights. He smiled a little. Thanks, sir. You looked downwards and his gaze follows your hand, and he was about to say something when someone enters the lift. Good morning, sir. He greets him, and Jungkook just nodded, and his face changes to cold one. June pressed a button and opened his phone. June messaged you, let's have coffee together, and looked at you, and you nodded and smiled a little bit, while Jungkook already read the message and was observing you both. Then he breaks the silence. Wine, what about the financial reports you're working on? Yeah, I was working on it, but it is not completed. It may take 2-3 days. Work on it. I need it tomorrow. I have to submit the budget, he said while getting out of the lift. Tomorrow, how it's possible? What is he's up to? He didn't told me before. Now suddenly telling me. June, we will have some other day. You sighed a little frustratedly. It's okay. You were working on the reports for 3 hours straight and you are too much tired and sometimes you catch that Jungkook is looking at you. When you look at him, he still glances from you. And you were struggling to work as whenever you tried to type something, the edge of the table brushes on your burnt hand. And you hiss in pain, but somehow managing it. And Jungkook is watching this from distance, feeling little guilty, and as he was the one who told you to work. Jungkook looks at your direction again, but this time he got up from his seat and coming towards your direction as he stands beside you, and he was observing you and said, "That's all for today. Complete it tomorrow." He is looking at your hand direction as you were struggling to work, and Jungkook tries to touch your hand, but you take it back and look up in his direction and said, "No, sir, I will not. First, I will complete, then do anything. You continue work. Fine, it's my order. Will you disobey your boss?" He again tried to touch your hand to look at your own, but you didn't let him, unknowingly. It's also my boss order that I should complete this report in 1 day. It's also a boss order that he's telling you to take rest, he said softly in concerning tone. You got up from your seat and started to looking for a file in the shelf, and it was a little height, and you tiptoed and started taking out the file, but other file was about to fall and Jungkook grabbed your hand and pulled you. But he accidentally grabbed your injured hand and you winced in pain and he quickly leave your hand. Sorry Ryan, I wasn't supposed to hurt you, he said feeling guilty. It's okay, you don't have to apologize. You looked at your hand and blew out some air. Jungkook tries to touch your hand and he was feeling guilty but you instinctively moves away. Go back to your seat and continue your work. Jungkook watches you blankly. Aren't you being too stubborn? Why you always do whatever your mind says? Now he said in little high pitch yet concerning. I will complete this. That's fine. So that nobody will tell me to complete it. You said in little sarcasm and Jungkook chuckled a little in mocking. Okay, fine. Do whatever you want to do. Don't take rest. Complete this today at any cost. If your mind says that you will complete today, this by working overnight, so don't go home. Complete this. This time he said in little anger and high pitch as he got frustrated, and then he storms out the room. You looked at his disappearing figure blankly, and then you continued to talk with yourself. How mean he is. I must be a fool who was drooling over him. At first it was my thought, but now definitely I'm sure he has a bipolar disorder. He's such an arrogant, rude, narcissistic, egoistic. You draw his picture on whiteboard and made two horns on it, and you continued to curse him and drew many cross on this picture. Then you feel a little light, and then you look back and you were stunned as Jungkook was standing behind you and looking at you. He moved forward, passed by you, and you stood still. He took his car keys and then gave one last mysterious look and then left the room. And you huffed after he left and you stomped your foot and cursed yourself. Are you crazy? Why and how could you not notice him? Wait, how long he was standing here? But all he did here. The hall was filled with noises and enjoyment. You entered the party wearing a beautiful, elegant dress, and you were feeling little awkward because there is an unusual attention for you has never got this much attention before. You saw your friends and head towards them and joined them. Oh my god, Wayne, you are looking freaking gorgeous. Where were you hiding your beauty, huh? She said, and she sighed her. Really, Ryan, you were turning heads tonight. Stop it, guys. Why are you overacting? No, Ryan, they're not lying. You're looking pretty today. By the way, have you completed your work? You were pretty much stressed yesterday. Yeah, I completed. I just have to work overtime and I was too much exhausted that I didn't even remember that today is annual party. You chuckled. How cruel he is that he made you overtime with your burnt hands. Leave it, enjoy the party. We can talk about this tomorrow also. You took the drink from the counter and cheers with them and gulped it one go. It was strong. You wrinkled your nose in distaste. Guys, let's play a game, she said in excitement. Let's see who has more drinking capacity. No, no, no. Don't you dare to play this game. If all of us got drunk, who will handle you, huh? Especially you, Leah. Remember last time what you did? You slept in the park and your car keys and other things was at my home. Who will handle you this time? You said in disagreement. Forget about it. It was long time ago. And my capacity of drinking has been increased. Don't worry about me. I will handle myself. She said, tried to convince you. It will be fun, Ryan. Anyways, tomorrow is Saturday and we don't have to come office tomorrow. So we can celebrate today. We'll think about hangover tomorrow. You looked at both of them and they both looked at you with puppy eyes. June, what about you? You saw him preparing shot glasses with drink. All said, guys, it's ready. Now we'll play Power Up. You just watched three of them and you can join Danny to join them the game. Who will lose will give us party. and next weekend without any budget limit. If whatever we want, wherever we eat, and in the expensive restaurant. She stretched last two words carefully. Okay, get ready to give us the party and don't back off your words. You took a shot from the table and said, start the game. Power Hour is a game where a time is set and in every 1 minute it will be beep and then you have to drink. Who drinks more shots will win. And the game started. In the first beep you drink a shot and on the second beep where Leah was drinking three at beep you got shocked seeing that. And in next beep you drink four at a time and all your friends shocked seeing you. The game continued for 45 minutes where you drink the most cup. And even June can't able to beat you and Leah started to vomit then you have to stop the game. After drinking too much your head feels very heavy and your vision is really little blurry. As sit on the counter with Rose as June take Leah to restroom and made her sleep. You took glass of wine and you put wine glass and your gaze landed on Jungkook and your vision is a little blurry so you squint your eyes to see properly. Jungkook was looking for a particular person at the party and his gaze found you and he was coming towards your direction and someone stopped him. Hi Jungkook, long time no see, how are you doing? She side hugged him. Hygiene is his childhood friend as both of their parents was a business partner and now both of them handle their business. I'm doing good. How you came after so long? You were in New York, right? He said and has a little smile on his face. Yeah, I was, but I have to come for the engagement and you have to come in my marriage, okay? Don't forget, she chuckled. You're getting married, congrats, it's a big news. Many blessings in advance from my side. He shook hands with her. They both continued to talk with each other and laughing and you watched them carefully and take a sip of a wine. So Han Jin laughs and hit Jungkook's shoulder playfully and Jungkook laughed with her. They both seemed close and you didn't saw Jungkook being this friendly with someone before. You don't know, but you're feeling jealous, and you chuckle mockingly and gulp the wine in one go, and got up from your seat. With wobbling steps, you moved towards him direction and shouted, Hey you John Jungkook, you pointed index finger on him, and Jungkook looks at you shocked. You can't even stand properly and moves forward. You mean arrogant person? What do you think of yourself, huh? You grabbed his collar and he looked at you all shocked and blinked his eyes multiple times and he can smell alcohol from here. He looks at his surroundings. Everyone gasps looking at you and so Hygiene also looks at you blankly. Jungkook tries to move your hand but from his collar slowly but you screamed in pain. He accidentally touched your wound hand. He covers your mouth as you were shouting and you bite his hand harshly, wince a little in pain, quickly take his hand back and look at you and again you grabbed his collar and said, You narcissist, why are you hurting me since yesterday? Do you have some personal grudges with me, huh? You stumbled a little and Jungkook tries to hold you from your waist. Wine, how much you have drank? Stop blabbing, you are creating scene, he said in a little low voice holding you. Stop my foot. Today I will speak for myself, you said and pointed towards yourself. Yeah, you're John, you shouted. You know how much you have been hurting me yesterday? How I walked with this sensitive hands? You raised your hand, both hands in front of his face and he moved his face a little back. You bipolar who first tells me to take rest and then handed me tons of reports, you mimicked him. Have you gone mad? Don't you know how to treat your employees? He poked his cheek, just listening, you trying to control you. I'm done. You stopped and looked at him and then chuckled. Did you even know I have been working from freaking 9 hours even after my shift? And yesterday you also hurted me, my hand, knowing that it was burnt. You were about to fall but he holds you. It was by mistake, he said in low voice, just observing you how stressed you were yesterday because of him. Mistake. What he said after that? Work here whole night if you want. I swear, if it wasn't you, I would have broken the of that person for messing up my mind like this. Jungkook read his listening your words, and he tries to take you away, but you jogged him. I don't know how Jungkook sir is still listening this. He's not the person who listens. He would have thrown the person outside the office. He said to other person, and Leah and June came back as they watches what's going on. When they both saw you shouting at Jungkook and they gasped, and Leah comes forward to your direction. Leah holds you and tries to take you with her. Come on, don't create such a big scene, you're gonna regret it later. She whispered in your ear and tried to drag you, but you freed yourself from her hold. This time, Leah covered your mouth and dragged you harshly with her, and Jungkook's eyes widened and everyone gasped. Crazy girl, what she did? She doesn't love her life for sure. She dragged you to secluded area. She made you sit properly and you closed your eyes while smiling, and Leah called someone. Look around her, and in that moment Leah heard a third sound. She looks back and you fell on the floor, lying there blabbing something. Oh, this girl. She was warning me to take care of me. Now who needs to handle? She tried to pick you up from the ground and someone came, pick her up, made her lay on the sofa. So you don't have to worry, I will take care of her. She stuttered a bit. Whatever she said was not truth. She's drunk. That's why. She smiled nervously. No worries. Go and bring her some ginger lemon tea. It will help her. No, sir, I can't leave her alone. What if she started beating him this time? I can't leave her. She said in mind. Go, she's sleeping. She won't do anything to me. Oh, okay, sir. She started going. Wait, is she reading my mind? Then she went from there. Jungkook looked at your serene face as you were sleeping peacefully, and he gently brushed some strands of your hair away from your face, and his eyes landed on your hand as he gently took your hand in. Sorry, Ryan, I have hurted you, but that wasn't intentional, he said in husky voice, and you took his hand in your embrace and hugged it tightly like a pillow. Drift into sleep peacefully. He got little surprised as he smiled a little, looking at your face, and after a brief moment he slowly takes his hand back without disturbing your sleep. But you started to move a little slowly, open your eyes and see Jungkook in front of you. Then you close your eyes and open again and said, how much you have been bothered me that you are showing up in my dreams too. Shh, go back to sleep. He pats your head. If you will wake up, I don't know how I will handle you. You giggled a little and opened your eyes again and slowly blinked them, observing his face carefully. You are cute, you are handsome, but you are crazy. You tried to get up and tried to sit, and he helped you. Ryan, please ma'am, don't get started again. A little wonder flicker on his face. Did you know a secret? I will tell you. You giggle and tells him to come closer. Jungkook brings his ear closer to you and she whispered in his ears. You know, you were my crush. Then you laugh. I used to adore you. Such a big fool I am. You laughed and he got goosebumps listening this. He tries to calm you down. I used to think you were so sweet, caring, but you showed your other side yesterday and then I changed my mind. You look at his face closely and cheeks are all flushed and reddened. Then you slapped again on the sofa. Liga came up with ginger and lemon tea as she made you drink and Jungkook went from there. You open your eyes a little and sunlight landing on your face, and you squint your eyes a little and tries to wake up. You open your eyes clearly and saw Leah sitting beside you. What are you doing in my house, Leah? Didn't the effect of alcohol worn off yet? Look properly, you are in my house. You were yawning and suddenly you stopped, look around yourself. Wait, why did you bring me in your house? Huh? Wow, wine, good. You didn't remember anything, she said in sarcasm. You got drunken last time. And worst scene you created was. What do you mean? You tried to remember and some flashbacks flash in front of your eyes and you covered your mouth in horror. Remember? She raised brow. No way, what I did. I just walk on X by myself. You get off that quickly. No, where are you going? She chuckled. You get back and jumped on her. You were the reason behind this. You wanted to play this game, and now you're laughing? Get off me. Who told you to drink this much? And I also drank but didn't behave like you. She tried to push you away. If you didn't force me, so it couldn't happen. You grabbed your hair in frustration. You entered in the office feeling all nervous, as you don't want to face him after what you did. You entered in the elevator and checking his schedule when you saw Jungkook approaching you, saying you to keep the elevator open, but you pressed the button and the elevator was about to close, but he catches the elevator and you cursed yourself under the nail. As you opened your phone, started acting that you are on call. Yeah, mom, I will take care of myself. You looked at him and you continued to act. Elevator opens and he leaves while you took a breath of relief. And then you noticed that you were talking on with the backside of the phone and screen was on and you understood why he slapped. It's because he got to know you were acting. Crazy girl, you can't do anything properly. You decided you will face him and apologize for your behavior. You went into cabin and your nervousness is on your peak. As you enter and he was not there, you sat on your workplace. Jungkook entered and you stood up quickly. With a slow step, you moved towards him, lowering your gaze. So, whatever happened that night, it was just a mistake. I will forget about it, and you should also. You said in one go, and Jungkook raised his brows. Don't you have to say anything else? He raised his brow and took few steps closer to you. You backed a little and thought, what anything else? Whatever you said was true. You try to convince yourself because accepting what you did, it's not just a mistake, but your outburst would be a problem, even though you didn't mean that much. But I am. Wait, you call me crazy? No. Right. He asked and you lowered your gaze, feeling embarrassed. I said it was a mistake, you hesitantly said. Mistake, he let out a dry chuckle. Don't you have any other words for this mistake? He came closer. Sorry for me, you thought. Words of apologies, ma'am, which you have to say to someone when you did a mistake. He huffed and in response. What you said was true. He took a long breath. Am I a narcissist, bipolar, arrogant? He spelled each word. You took step closer to you, and you took few steps backwards. What did you say? You will break my. He stops and continued. If it wasn't me, how ruthless you can be! How you have no shame! He took next step towards you, and your back touched the wall. As he's too close to you, as your nervousness is on peak, but you straighten up your body. First of all, stop invading my personal space. You can talk to me maintaining the distance. You pointed the index finger on him. He looked at your index finger then you, and suddenly he intertwined his index finger with yours and pulled you closer to him, and he bumped into him, making you gasp. Don't you think you're forgetting something? He raised his brows. Yes, I do. That's why I accepted my mistake. And okay, I'm sorry. You finally said and stared into his eyes. Oh, that was the mistake you did to my lips. You covered your mouth with your hands. What I did? I didn't do anything. Really? You didn't do anything, huh? Did you forget that he smoked? So, so you're faking till now. He leans closer. What I'm faking? I don't remember anything else. Or if I said something, please forgive me. I wasn't in my senses. You tried to push him, but he didn't move a budge. What? It should be true because you unconsciously said. So you can say this much truth that he stopped as he is looking at you intensely and your breath is abnormal. What? That you love me. You think I'm cute, handsome. You covered your mouth and as your cheeks heating up. And he smiled mischievously as he leans more close. In your heart is pumping like it will pop out in no time. I'm your crush? He whispers and you gulp hard. He was smiling mischievously as you didn't look at him for a while, feeling yourself dig yourself 6 feet under as you cleared your throat and finally gathered the courage to look at him. So he chuckled. So it was true. He said teasingly and you look other side. Your choice is great, ma'am, he said proudly and you quickly looked at him. I wish it was truly. You said, pushing him a little and he grunted. What do you mean? You let out a dry chuckle. Means I crushed my crush. You said, pushing him away and his mouth hung open. As you were about to walk, but he pulled you back, pinning you against a wall and your breath hissed. As he made sure you not to hurt you and looked at you very intensely. What do you mean by that? You are nervous but you don't want to show him. You were my crush but not now. You sternly said and he raised brows. Ray, am I not handsome now? Not looking cute to you? He asked and you tried your best not to make eye contact with him. I didn't say that, in very low voice, which brought a smile on his face as he made you look at him. Then I know the reason, and you just listen in. You surely mad at me for my behavior. As you looked at him, giving the confirmation that what he said is correct. Who am I to get mad at you? I'm just your employee. You said and he poked his inner cheek. I have more than an employee relationship with you. Your heart skipped a beat. And less than a girlfriend. He crushed your hopes in a second. And why is that? You hesitantly asked and he smiled. You're not my girlfriend. Because I never asked and now you did. Not sure you would accept an arrogant person like me? You raised brows. So you accepted the fact? You said, hiding your smile and he squint. Yes, because I'm not a coward like you who doesn't accept things said by you. I accept my flaws, but you are a coward not to accept that I'm your crush and can't accept that you are mad at me. He said, provoking you and your mouth hung open. Excuse me, I'm not coward. Accepted that you are my crush. And not just crush, but I like you and yes, I'm mad at you. You said in one go and he smiled and you realized what you said. As you look up and smiled widely. And genius, he mumbled and he poked your inner cheek. You did it on purpose and he looked at you. Any doubt? You just look at him blankly. And when he held your hand gently, which is now healed at most, and looked at you. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. Don't be mad at me. He said softly while you just look at him as your heart is beating rapidly. Don't stop rushing over me. He said, showing his puppy eyes. How can I trust you? You say something now, later then something. You said, and he walked a little closer. You can trust me. I won't break your trust. You'll just look at him. Like I'm yours. Your heart skips a beat. Think twice. You won't be able to handle me. You said, and he smiled. Really? Then I want to handle you. You blushed as you pushed him slightly. Is it yes? We'll see that. You mumbled, getting back to your work. We'll have tough competition then. Who will hard to handle? You don't know me yet. You smiled, looking down.